Right, Andy Collett, welcome back to York City. Tell us a little bit about the move.
Well, it's come around quite quickly, really. I got a phone call from the club last week, and the week before that, I'd got the news that I was no longer going into Gateshead, which is where I'd worked last year. And yeah, I was told about the job at the club. It would be a role working, overseeing the academy and also working with the first team, and asked if I'd be interested, and came down, had a chat with Jackie. He obviously gave me the parameters of what the job involved, and obviously here I am. So yeah, I'm delighted to be here, and it's a great club, and obviously I've worked here previously, and it's fantastic to be back.
You had a 2-year spell here previously, and that's part of a 14-year career as a goalkeeping coach, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got a lot of experience. I retired. I used to be a goalkeeper. I retired when I was 29 through injury, and I went into the coaching, and had I've coached a lot of goalkeepers. One probably of note that people at York will know will be David Stockdale, who came out of York, and we took him to Darlington, and obviously he's gone on to he's actually just signed for Birmingham. But yeah, worked with some talented young goalkeepers and try to improve them. And I think obviously the modern, the modern coaching ethos and the way clubs want to, they understand how important goalkeepers is. Goalkeepers are to the results, and even Man City, spending £40 million on a goalkeeper, and to be, to come into the club on a full-time basis at the level the club is at now is, to me, it shows the ambition of the club, and obviously how much they value the role of a goalkeeper coach, and how important it is for the young goalkeepers as well at the football club.
What would you say is the key to being a good goalkeeping coach?
Well, obviously coaching, as in the information that you're given to them. Obviously you've got different sets of requirements. If you've got an under-8 goalkeeper who simply will need to be told how to stand. In my opinion, it's not just, yes, it's about keeping the ball out the net, but if you can equip the goalkeepers and put a good technique into the goalkeepers at a young age, obviously they're gonna have a better chance of keeping the ball out of the net. So that's what I would call coaching. I think there's goalkeeper people that put lots of drills on, but they don't actually get in and coach the details, and I think that's ultimately what makes the difference. Obviously the older lads, it's more about probably the match play. Obviously you add techniques, but in situations within games, where to stand potentially on corners, free kicks, certainly important details, improving the distribution. So depending on the age of the goalkeeper, different skill sets, but I think it's you've got to really work on the fine details. It takes that to score a goal, and if a goalkeeper's slightly out of position or got his hands in a poor position, he's not going to have the best chance to save it. So I'd like to think that the difference is in the detail with goalkeeper coaches and with goalkeepers, and I'd like to think that I coach the details.
It's your first day at the club today, so you're still getting to know the goalkeepers, but just tell us what you make of John Worsnop, our new signing.
Well, I think I did a little bit of background on him. Obviously he's played reasonably local to this area, and I think he looks. I came to watch the game last Wednesday night, I think it was, and he looks good. He's in good shape. He looks like he kicks it well. I think they changed at half time, and the younger goalkeeper came on, and he did okay. He let a couple of goals in, but again, lots of potential. I think any goalkeeper needs to be coached regular. The days of just joining in as an outfield player should be behind us, and obviously that's why I've been brought in. So lots of potential, and I'm sure we can work together and improve them, and hopefully have a fantastic season.
Yeah. We said earlier that you've been here before, 4 years ago. Just give us a few memories of your time here before.
Well, one of the reasons I have come back is, I wasn't in a position where I actually needed a job, but I love my time here. I literally became a York supporter. There's people at the club that I know. The secretary, Steve Torby, people involved in the academy system, and it was a really warm, welcoming club. And I think the chairman, you know, not just said it because I am here, he is the best chairman that I've worked with, in his support of the, you know, of what the academy are trying to do, trying to get the club in the right way. Obviously, we've had a couple of tough years, but during that period, I worked with Nigel Worthington, and for the majority of the period, the back end of it, I worked with Russ Wilcox. But I had nothing but fantastic time with Nigel. He was brilliant to work for, probably the most professional manager I've worked with, and it was a joy to come to work. And you know, like I said, I've obviously spoke about the manager. I've never worked with a manager, but I'm being told lots of good things about him. He creates a good environment to work as a player and as a coach. So again, that's, you know, another reason why I've took it. I think if he'd have been probably very, very strict, or maybe he's dour, it mightn't have been a job that would have attracted me. But he's got a good reputation. He's got a successful reputation at this level. So I think you know, that was one of the main reasons, one of the reasons why I came. Overall, a brilliant club, and hopefully we can get back up through the divisions and back into the Football League.